today I'm gonna talk about dusties. If you don't know what a dusty is, a dusty is a man. Dust is gross. Like, dust is. No one likes dust. Like, it's dirty. But I'm gonna be talking about this specific encounter I had with a dusty. Okay, he's not a dusty, he's just like I understand if you as a man, you're not that into someone, but it's like, okay, you're not into me, like, leave me alone, you know? How this guy wasn't into me enough, but I was like obsessed. Okay, I wasn't obsessed with him, I was just like I liked him, but he obviously didn't like me enough. And that was like the first time that ever happened, so it's like I'm traumatized, you know? I mean, it's really, I've never been in a relationship, so that's the closest I've ever been in a relationship. And I'm aware, like, not every man is like this, but they exist. This was, I was gonna say 20 years ago. I was 20 years ago. 2 years ago when this happened. I was in my second semester of college? No. First. Wait, my first year, second semester? No. That was like before that, I never had experience with men. And even today, like, I don't really have experience. Like, I was late. Like, yeah, I've dated guys, but that's it. And no, I'm not a hoe. I'm sure a lot of people are like, oh my gosh, you've never been in a relationship? First of all, I've only like talked to or like kind of dated men. It gets to a point where it's like it just doesn't work out. So we never make it to the serious level, you know? This guy, I was obsessed with him. Like, when I'm attracted to someone, this is something that I don't like about myself. Like, I would literally go to class and I'd be like, oh my gosh, like, that guy. It's like this obsessiveness, which is so unhealthy. I don't think it's a good thing. I mean, it can be a good thing. So there I was in class, being obsessed with someone I didn't even know. So, yeah, I was obsessed with him. And I remember I sat in front of the class because I was like, you know, a good student. I was being a good student. And I don't know, I was like too close because we would always watch movies. And I was just too close. Like, I felt like I was like, it was just too much for my little eyes. So I ended up moving to the back of the classroom, which was a lot more comfortable. And it wasn't on purpose. I literally just moved to the back of the class. And it turns out that he ended up sitting next to me, or I sat next to him or something like that. And yeah, we like never spoke until one day, what were we doing? Oh wait, I remember. We were like, we had to get together, like in groups of two, and we had to like grade a paper or something. So we did that, and I was like, hi, like, what's your name, whatever. And he knew, I didn't know his name. I wasn't too sure, like I didn't want to like I didn't know his name. So I was like, oh, what's your name? And he was like, oh, that's my name. And he was like, oh, you're Rachel. And I'm like, how did you know my name? Like, we never even spoke. And then a few weeks later, he told me that he actually wrote down my name just to like remember. I don't know if it was when maybe the professor was taking attendance or something. I don't know how. But yeah, so I thought, honestly, I thought that was kind of cute, but then I was like, okay. So after that, oh yeah, that same week, there was it was a play that we didn't have to go to. We could go for extra credit. So I was like, I was thinking about going, but then I was like, I don't want to go alone, you know, like I'm probably not gonna go. He asked me like, oh, are you gonna go? And I was like, probably not. And he was like, oh, we should go. And I was like, you know, like. But he was like, oh, give me your number. We can like go together or whatever. And I was like, that day, I was like, that was a literal movie scene. I was like, so this is what it's like to be pretty. I was like, oh wow. I was like, okay, maybe I'll go, maybe. I actually ended up going because obviously I was like, first of all, extra credit, and second of all, I already had a crush on him, so yeah. And it was the next day, so he ended up picking me up, and I didn't even tell my mom. I lied to my mom. I lied to her. I was like, oh, I'm gonna go with a friend or whatever. He picked me up. I didn't tell my mom that he picked me up, but I ended up confessing after, so I can't keep lies from my mom, honestly, or anyone. Like, I can't. So yeah, he picked me up, in his motorcycle, and I was like, I already knew, like he told me like, oh, I have a motorcycle or whatever, and I was like, oh my gosh, my mom wouldn't like that. But I was like, whatever. It was fun. Like, honestly, I was scared, but it was fun. I was shaking on the motorcycle because I was so scared. But it was fun. And then we went to the play or whatever. It was like yeah, it was like a play. Like, I think it was on, I don't even remember. But my professor was there, like other people were there. Whatever. And yeah. So then fast forward a month. We were like going out every week, like a few times a week, especially like after that specific class. We would always like eat somewhere, and then after that I would have another class. So yeah, in my mind I was like, well, obviously I like him, he likes me, whatever. But we never really spoke about like, oh, what are we, you know? So I was pretty confused, and I would like kind of ask him in like different ways until I guess like the second or third month that we were like going out. I told him like, okay, do you like, I forgot exactly what I asked him, but I pretty much said like, what are we? And he was like, oh, we're just friends, like getting to know each other or whatever. And I was like, it takes you, in my mind I was like, it takes you that long to know what you want with someone? And I didn't know. I was like, I don't have experience, but I do have a brother-in-law who was like telling me like, oh, Rachel, like, no, that's not right. Like, him being a man, he knows what's right and what's wrong, you know? He was like, honestly, stop going out with him, stop talking to him. And I was like, no, like, I like him. Like, how are you gonna tell me to stop talking to a guy that I like? And I was kind of giving him like, I was like, well, what if he needs just a little bit more time? What if this, what if that? It shouldn't take you more than a month. Some people say 3 months. How does it take you 3 months to know if you want a girl? Like, and we were already like kissing all the time, and I was like, bruh, like, I only kiss my boyfriend. Like, I'm not gonna be walking around kissing you when we're not even together. Like, ew, no. But yeah, we were literally like acting like a couple. We weren't a couple. Like, we were just, like he said, friends. So I was like, ew. Deep down I knew that was wrong, and I had to like stop. But another part of me was like, oh my gosh, no, like, I like him. So it was difficult for me. But after a month, this was like the second or third month, like the end, I kind of asked him again, like, what we were. And he pretty much said like, oh, like, that he just wanted to be friends. So I was like, 3 months wasted, pretty much. Like, I would have rather just not gone out with him, honestly, not given him attention. But yeah, that happened. It got to the point where I was like, okay, you know what, like, I just have to stop talking to him. And by the end of the semester, I was like, I obviously had his number, and I was like, I just need to stop talking to him. Like, he literally just wants to be friends. I don't want to be friends. I want to be something more. I'm just gonna be hurting myself, you know? And he's not gonna change his mind, like, and I don't expect him to change his mind. So it was like December, and I pretty much told him like, oh, I I'd rather not talk to you anymore, like, because obviously I had feelings for him. He was like, okay, whatever. But then after like a week, he ended up texting me and he was like, oh, I'm sorry, like, you're like a really nice girl, whatever. And you know what he said? He was like, I didn't think you liked me. Okay. Okay, yeah, I didn't like you. Like, there was like zero proof that I liked you, right? To me, it was just an excuse. It was an excuse for him to still want like a friend. You know, like he still wanted me in his life, but as a friend. So I was like, no, we're not gonna be friends. Like I told you before, like, no, stop texting me. In my mind, I was like, stop texting me, like, ew. So, but instead of telling him stop texting me, I was like, I just blocked him. Cause no, like, at that point, after a week, I was literally like over him. Cause I was like so grossed out. Not grossed out, but like annoyed. And then literally a month or two after, I was like, oh my gosh, like, I was so unattracted to him. Like, that's what happens sometimes. Because I went through all of that for what? My attraction for him literally disappeared, which is a good thing. At first it hurt, but after like a few weeks, a few months, I was like, okay, whatever. I was like, I'm free. But it was all thanks to my brother-in-law, who honestly gives the best advice. Like, if it weren't for him, I probably would have still been in that situation. But yeah, so he wasn't that into me, which is fine. Just don't, when someone tells you like, oh, I'm not that into you, but you are, you obviously don't want to stay in the relationship, friendship, whatever they want, because it's just gonna hurt you. So that's why I decided to leave, But no, he still wanted to text me. He even, like, I think it was like a few months after that, he sent me a friend request on Instagram. Like, why? I don't know. Like, I blocked you. I don't even talk to you anymore. You're still trying to add me on Instagram. I obviously didn't accept. Like, ew, no. I was like, okay, on to the next. That sounds so Ma, what do you think? Wait, first of all, let me say this. My mom was defending him.
No.
She was like, no. Okay, wait, let me finish. She was like, gringos are different. Gringos don't ask you to be their girlfriend. Okay, if you're a gringo and you're watching this, tell me. But even then, I don't think it's a gringo thing. I just think it's a stupid thing. Like, like, obviously the girl doesn't know. How do you expect her to just realize, like, no, you know? Like, communicate. Okay, your opinion on this? Speak loud. She doesn't have an opinion, but if a guy is like that towards you, like, if it's been months, if it's been like more than 3 months, first of all, 3 months is already a lot, but people say like 3 months is like the most you should wait. 3 months of like going out or whatever, and he still doesn't ask you, like, you don't even know what you guys are. Stop, just leave. Like, it's like a waste of time, like, seriously. Honestly, after the first month, he should know what he wants with you. What the heck? ew, like, ew. I look back and I'm like, ew, ew, like, that's dusty. Like, and it's completely normal if you're not attracted to me, like, or if you don't 100% like me, you're not sure, like, talk about it. Like, I want to know. Don't just have me there looking like an idiot, having me think like we're a thing and we're nothing. Like, I was a clown. Well, he was a clown too, but I was more of a clown because I was like falling for it. I've learned my lesson. My mom had so much to say before, but now she doesn't have an opinion. Okay. Ow, my eye. Gosh. And don't be scared of asking men, like, what they want, what they expect, or what you expect. And if they don't respect, or if they don't expect the same thing you think, if they don't expect the same thing you expect, you guys aren't compatible. Like, I was so afraid of like saying what I want, like, you know, it shouldn't be like that. So this is, oh my gosh, I've been using this. I have like the flattest hair, so this, what is it called, volume and fullness, this seriously works. And then I also have really oily hair, so yeah, it really does give volume. I love it. I love it. Like, I don't remember the last time I had this much volume. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed my video, and if you're in the same situation, like, you've been dating, going out with someone for months, honestly, take my advice. Stop wasting your time and just leave. Like, there's so many men out there who will literally treat you better, who will know what they want. So